Welcome to our journey through the rich spiritual landscape of Africa, a continent that has birthed, embraced, and transformed some of the world's oldest and most influential religions. From ancient spiritual systems to global faiths like Christianity and Islam, Africa's religious history is a tapestry woven with tradition, resilience, and profound meaning. Long before the arrival of Abrahamic faiths, Africa was home to diverse traditional religions. These indigenous beliefs varied across regions but shared core themes: reverence for nature, veneration of ancestors, and the presence of powerful spiritual forces. One of the most complex spiritual systems in human history emerged along the Nile: the religion of ancient Egypt. Gods like Ra, Isis, and Osiris governed life and death, and the concept of the afterlife was central to Egyptian belief. Often overlooked in Africa's spiritual story is Judaism, one of the continent's earliest monotheistic traditions. The most well-known community is the Beta Israel of Ethiopia, whose roots may trace back to the time of King Solomon. For centuries, they lived as Jews, preserving Torah scrolls, celebrating Passover, and following kosher practices, long before contact with European Jewry. Further south, the Lemba people of Zimbabwe and South Africa claim Jewish ancestry, supported by both oral traditions and genetic studies. Across North Africa, Jewish communities thrived in ancient times, from Egypt to Morocco, leaving behind synagogues, scholarship, and trade routes that shaped the region. Christianity arrived in Africa as early as the 1st century AD through Egypt and Ethiopia. The Coptic Church and the Ethiopian Orthodox Church became pillars of early African Christianity, long before colonial missionaries. The first recorded Black African to accept Christianity was in fact the Ethiopian eunuch who was baptized by the Apostle Philip, as mentioned in Acts chapter 8. Centuries later, European colonization accelerated the spread of Christianity into West, Central, and Southern Africa. Missionary schools, churches, and Bible translations followed, but African communities also shaped Christianity into their own. Islam entered North Africa in the 7th century through Arab conquests. From Egypt to Morocco, Islamic faith and culture flourished, shaping laws, art, architecture, and society. By the 10th century, Islam had spread into West Africa via trans-Saharan trade. Powerful empires like Mali and Songhai embraced Islam, blending it with local customs. Africans didn't just adopt religions, they transformed them. Syncretism led to unique blends like Vodun, Candomblé, and African independent churches, merging indigenous traditions with Christianity or Islam. Colonialism dramatically reshaped Africa's religious landscape. Missionaries often viewed traditional beliefs as pagan, and colonizers used religion as a tool of control. But Africans resisted, adapted, and reclaimed their spiritual identity. African independent churches, or AICs, emerged in response to colonial religious structures. These churches fused African leadership, prophecy, healing, and community life into Christianity. Today, Africa is home to some of the world's largest Christian populations. Pentecostalism and evangelical movements thrive, with megachurches and TV ministries reaching millions. Islam also continues to grow across Africa. From Senegal to Somalia, Muslims form vibrant communities rooted in tradition, scholarship, and reformist movements. Beyond the dominant faiths, smaller religious communities also thrive. Jews in Ethiopia, Hindus in East Africa, Baha'is, and new spiritual movements challenging the status quo. In modern Africa, religion influences everything from politics to education. Faith is a source of both unity and conflict, but also hope, identity, and social change. Africa's spiritual journey is far from over. With ancient roots and dynamic futures, the religions of Africa tell a story of adaptation, resilience, and profound faith. The spirit of Africa lives on in its temples, mosques, churches, and sacred lands.